An impossible window in an impossible maze, a hilarious take on The Shining and the psychological nightmare of the Overlook Hotel. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is a film packed with disorienting details, from ghostly bartenders to elevators that bleed like bad plumbing nightmares. But one of its subtlest and most mind-boggling features is the impossible window in Stuart Ullman's office. This seemingly innocent architectural anomaly reveals something deeply unsettling about the Overlook Hotel. It's not just haunted. It's an impossible labyrinth, a spatial puzzle designed to trap its victims both physically and psychologically. Let's explore how this impossible window, tucked into an unassuming corner of The Shining, turns the Overlook into a Hitchcockian house of horrors, a hedge maze of madness, and perhaps the most dysfunctional Airbnb ever. The impossible window, why it shouldn't be there. When Jack Torrance first interviews for the caretaker job, he sits in Ullman's bright, cheerful office. Behind Ullman, there's a large window showcasing a sunny, tree-lined view. Everything seems perfectly normal until you realize it isn't. The problem: Ullman's office is deep inside the Overlook Hotel. There's no way this room should have a window to the outside. Based on the hotel's layout, the view behind Ullman is an architectural lie, a visual impossibility. The illusion of normalcy, the office feels comforting at first glance, a space of order and logic. The window reinforces this illusion, suggesting an escape to the outside world. But once you notice its impossibility, the room becomes unsettling, a trap masquerading as safe ground. Kubrick could have placed Ullman's office anywhere, but he chose to create this spatial paradox, a small clue that the Overlook is less a building and more a psychological booby trap. The Overlook Hotel, a maze of madness. The impossible window isn't just a quirky design flaw, it's a microcosm of the Overlook itself. Like the hedge maze outside, the hotel's interior defies logic and consistency, luring its inhabitants into a psychological trap. A shifting, living space, the Overlook's layout doesn't add up. Hallways twist into non-existence, doors open into nowhere, and entire rooms seem to appear and disappear at will. The window in Ullman's office is just the tip of the architectural iceberg. Parallels with the maze, the hedge labyrinth outside the Overlook symbolizes the hotel's internal chaos. Just as the maze traps Danny and Jack in its endless twists and turns, the Overlook traps its inhabitants in a nightmare of disorientation and madness. The impossible window is the Overlook's way of saying, good luck finding the exit. Psychological impact: the hotel messes with your head. The impossible window is a subtle but powerful psychological tool. It primes the viewer, and Jack Torrance, for the Overlook's gaslighting, eroding our trust in what we see. Gaslighting by design, by creating a space where architectural logic doesn't apply, Kubrick forces us to question reality. If you can't trust the Overlook's walls and windows, how can you trust anything else in the film? This constant uncertainty mirrors Jack's descent into madness, a spatial paradox. As a metaphor for madness, the window represents Jack's growing disconnection from reality. Just as he can't see his way out of his own mind, the Overlook's nonsensical layout ensures he can't find his way out of the hotel. A hotel designed by Escher. The Overlook's impossible architecture feels like something out of an M.C. Escher drawing, a place where staircases lead nowhere, windows defy physics, and hallways double back on themselves. Ullman's office is just one piece of this architectural chaos. The Overlook, as a character, the hotel isn't just a setting, it's a malevolent character. Its layout reflects its sinister personality, warping reality to manipulate and trap its inhabitants. A labyrinth with no minotaur, except Jack, the Overlook doesn't need a monster to patrol its halls. It turns its guests into monsters. Jack becomes the Minotaur, lumbering through the hotel's impossible maze, roaring with rage and swinging his axe. Comedy in the chaos. As terrifying as the Overlook's impossible architecture is, there's also something hilariously absurd about it. Imagine being a guest at the hotel and realizing the window in your room looks out onto another window, or opening a door expecting a closet, only to find a ghost hosting a cocktail party. Ullman's office, as the hotel's first practical joke, the impossible window is the Overlook's way of saying, "Welcome, hope you like your stay. By the way, nothing here makes sense, and also you're doomed." It's both chilling and darkly funny. The absurdity of spatial horror, the idea that a window could ruin your sanity, is oddly comedic. It's a window. It's supposed to let in light, not existential dread. But in the Overlook, even something as mundane as a window becomes a weapon. Kubrick's masterstroke, making you question everything. Kubrick's inclusion of the impossible window isn't just a clever Easter egg, it's a masterstroke of psychological horror. By subtly undermining the Overlook's reality, Kubrick sets the stage for a film where nothing can be trusted. The window is a red flag, the window is a warning. The Overlook isn't what it seems. It's a riddle, a trap, and a joke all rolled into one, and it lets you know that reality is about to unravel. The viewer as a victim, just as Jack becomes a victim of the Overlook's manipulations, so too does the viewer. The impossible window plants a seed of doubt, making us question every shot, every corridor, and every seemingly ordinary detail. Conclusion: the window as a portal to madness. The impossible window in Ullman's office is more than a design quirk. It's a microcosm of the Overlook Hotel's insidious power. Like the hedge maze outside, the hotel's architecture is designed to confuse, disorient, and trap its victims in a loop of madness. The window serves as both a subtle psychological cue and a darkly humorous nod to the absurdity of the Overlook's malevolence. So, the next time you watch The Shining, take a moment to appreciate the impossible window. It's not just a view to the outside, it's a window into Kubrick's genius, the Overlook's sinister soul, and the hilariously disorienting power of a hotel that just doesn't make sense. And if you ever find yourself in a room with an impossible window, my advice is simple: run. Or better yet, don't book a stay at the Overlook in the first place.